Brilliance Audio.
The Lost Goddess by Kateřina Tučková. Translated by Andrew Oakland. Performed by Nina Yndis. It's not easy to see inside. Dora gets up on tiptoes and rests her nose against the glass. Now she can see beyond the curtain that hangs from the middle of the window. Among the lush heads of the geraniums that at other times nod into the open and today are inexplicably imprisoned behind the panes, it is dark. But it's almost always dark in there. Only on bright days does the light get through the little windows. She turns to get a view of the path that leads up to their cottage. Surmena just about manages to shuffle along. She's struggled with her legs for many years, and Jakubek makes it even harder for her. Dora knows how heavy he is, because she can barely carry him herself anymore. She turns back to the window. It seems to her that she can see legs. From behind the oven, some legs are peeping out, just from the knees down. She is sure those are feet, shod in black boots that are high and heavy.
"I can see legs! Daddy's home!"
Dora shouts back to Surmena.
"I told you he'd be home!"
"Wait! Move out of the way!" At last, Surmena has caught up with her, and she pushes Dora aside without first putting Jakubek down. Shielding her eyes with her hand, Surmena presses her face against the highest pane. "So he is! The scoundrel!" She straightens up, pitches Jakubek into the crook of her elbow and says, "Come on then!" As Surmena turns away, the girl hears her mutter, "He won't want to cross me, the drunk." Dora strides along the crude plastered walls in the wake of Surmena's skirts. Her feet squelch in the slushy ground. She tries to hop into Surmena's footprints, but she can't make the distance between them. The gate creaks open, and she too darts through it. Without closing it behind her, she runs past Surmena to the front door. The broad satchel on her back rocks, and above it, two small brush-like braids, each held now in only a single ribbon, bob up and down. She stops before the threshold, and, with wide-open eyes and mouth, turns back to Surmena. There is a chopping block next to the door, but the axe that usually sticks out of it is missing. The bloated bodies of the cat and her kittens must have been lying there for several hours.
"It's Mitzi,"
Dora says in surprise.
"Our Mitzi! And our kittens! She didn't even have time to show them to us."
The cat's body has swelled into the shape of a balloon, and the bloody gash on its neck is teeming with flies. Dora could fit the kittens' bodies in the palm of her hand, tiny and bloated to roundness. If she tipped her hand, they'd fall out and roll down the hill all the way to Hrozenkov. Surmena is choking with rage. "That drunk! That rotter! He'll pay for this!" She takes the girl roughly by the shoulder, turns her away from the bloody scene and pushes her toward the door, inside, into the small entrance hall. "Wipe your shoes so that you don't make a mess," Surmena tells her crossly. But there is no need. Dora is standing where she should, scuffing her feet slowly across the mat. She turns to catch another glimpse of Mitzi. "Look away! It'll give you nightmares," Surmena commands, and Dora darts through the hall. At the door to the room, she crashes into Surmena. The never-ending split second of her last small step sends her between Surmena's flank and the door frame, and ends with her gaze fixed to the wooden floor. Lying next to Dad's legs is Mum, with her skirt rolled up over her thighs, and around her, all around her, a pool of dark, dried blood. Silence. And the three of them in the doorway, like statues. "Out! Out!" Surmena's high voice goes through Dora like a sharp knife, yanks her up, and dashes her head against the door jamb. She runs out, staggers. It's a wonder she doesn't fall. Behind her she hears Jakubek's terrified wails and Surmena's screams that have stuck on a single word.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?